life. I'm just getting ready to go get me another pop and tell you probably ought to check your audio shit.
No. Well, my audio sounds pretty good though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, I finished just in time.
You did good.
I didn't think that was ever gonna be done. That was a lot of shading.
Yeah, but you got to play with the silly putty, so it's okay. Maybe I should get coffee. Yeah, I'll get coffee.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. What's up, Cash? How you doing? Hey, Paul. How you doing? Did everyone have a good weekend? What's up, Lobo? Dude. Gotta have them caramel frappes, man. It actually sounds pretty good. But I've been trying to watch my sugar and my cholesterol. Oats, but no Hall.
Hey, there's people here.
Yeah, there's people.
Hi, people.
Oh, Ryan is the Hall. I think Ryan is the Hall.
What?
Oats and Hall? Hall and Oats?
Oh, Daryl Hall. We can call him Daryl.
Yeah, I'm John Oates. He's Daryl Hall. But he's got to shave the mustache.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't do that.
I feel like he's trying to hold on to as much hair as he can. Was that wrong? Hi, voice of Rick. Oh, yeah, my voice. My picture's up here, too.
He's like the producer from the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I need to get a Jerry curl.
You know what today's topic is, Alex?
Integrity. Is it integrity?
Yeah.
Oh,
I figured I wouldn't tell you until it was time for the show to start. That way you can just shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure you prefer it that way.
I don't
know. Some days this timer just irritates the shit out of me waiting until it gets to 0. So I won't wait.
Yeah.
When mobility matters. So we're here.
You know what else?
What else?
What else matters? Integrity. That's what matters.
Integrity does matter. Which direction is your business going? I don't know. I thought about that. I saw something sparked it today that I saw, but a couple of days ago I saw it too, and I see it a lot amongst businesses. And I mean, integrity is like something you could probably
Okay.
get away without having, but why? I mean, I don't want to name any names or point any fingers, but like last week when we got all those snappers in, Alex made a post and it was a good post and it went kind of Tinter viral and it was good. And then some competitor of ours jumps on and makes a statement trying to direct traffic to his website. That's not integrity. In fact, that's downright tasteless. And I just, since then, I mean, I kind of thought I brushed that off like no big deal, whatever. People, I mean, some people's children, right? And then all of a sudden, I start seeing it more in posts and stuff. And I don't know. We pride ourselves here on not being like that. We pride ourselves on being helpful. Like for instance, today, a customer of ours calls, and Avery right now is having some struggles with a few different lines of flat glass film, and they've been trying to catch up. But as they get one product line back in, it seems like another one or two goes out of stock, and then they're scrambling to try to figure out when they can get it back in stock. And so we get an order today of some film that they don't have in stock, and they're like, it's going to be August. So we get on the phone and call one of our, I guess you could say, competitors. Not really a competitor. I don't believe in competition, but another Avery distributor. And we just ordered, we just ordered their film for them. And I believe it cost me the same as I charged, or might have costed a dollar or two less, might have costed a dollar or two more. I don't know. But when I call another distributor to get something shipped to one of my customers, I don't ask them for a price break or anything. I just, my concern is to take care of the customer. And I feel like, that's what drives good business. And I don't know. I just so that's about all of that topic I got.
Well, I don't know. Like we had people come from Ohio and fix their stuff, and they're using those Yeti sprayers. But despite having Yeti sprayers, they still come up here and visit us to get their tint kegs and all that stuff fixed. And I think that kind of comes down to integrity too, as far as tint keg goes. Like we do that guarantee where if it breaks, we fix it, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and this particular company, so they're about 2 hours away from us. And it seems like about every couple of months they bring us hoses and stuff. And a lot of times their problem is just a matter of snugging up a clamp, turning a screw. And we just drop what we're doing and we take care of them. Today, Alex sends him on his way with some can. Or no, actually, you didn't.
I didn't.
Oh, you're heartless. But we had another customer come in today and he's like, hey, what's your favorite candy? Next thing I know, he's giving out bunches of prizes because
And
it's
we always give him the good eye roll too, because he's the type of guy that's like, "Hey, I'm 30 minutes away. Get me Nova 20% 40 by 50 ready." And then you'll have it all rolled down and cut and boxed up, and then he's like, "Hey, you know what? I changed my mind. I actually need this." It's like, "Come on."
yeah,
It's every time. Every time.
yeah.
That's I don't even roll down his film until he gets here now.
But when he gets here, we do drop everything and take care of him. But yeah, it's like
He likes to talk, anyways.
yeah, tell stories. How many of you guys like to tell stories when you get an opportunity to talk to anybody? You just like to just talk because me personally, I love it, and I don't know if that's a Tinner thing or if that's a me thing, but I like to think it's a Tinner thing because otherwise I'm just keeping all the Tinners hostage when they pop in. Then they leave like, what is up with this guy? He just wants to talk forever. What's up, JR? Cash likes to talk. Ryan Wilcox says integrity is what helps him sleep at night. And that was my initial thought too, Ryan. I see people that, and I don't like to judge, but I see people that I would deem with a lack of integrity. And it seems like they go home at night angry about things that happen during the day. One thing that comes along with integrity is not judging, not worrying about what other people are doing or thinking, and just sticking with you and the man in the mirror or woman in the mirror. And yeah, I don't know. So has everybody gotten a keychain now? These keychains are making quite the buzz. Whoops, I dropped one. And I still only got 3 in here, and one of them's invisible. That's really not a see, but that's because it's like fluorescent yellow. But we have a clear one now, and nobody's brought me one. Speaking of and lack of integrity, Alex, we got a whole bunch of WFR stickers, like gobs of them. And these guys gave them all away and didn't give me a single one. But I bet you Alex got one.
I'm pretty sure I set 3 aside on your desk, though. I gave you one of each color.
Nobody
Somewhere.
cleans my desk. I have no idea where they are. I'm going to look now. I know about where they would be if they were. They would be right here.
Yeah, it should be like right there, that corner.
Oh.
JR. I don't know.
I found $1.
It's got a hole in it. Yeah, I don't know of a company named Premium Guard.
I found one of these. I know of a company named Premium Guard.
Do they sell our kegs?
No. They pretend, and would that be a lack of integrity? Somebody that calling their kegs a tint keg, even though a tint keg is tint keg. I mean, I'm just saying. See, that's tint keg. Tint keg is a real thing.
Oh, I remember these people now.
Yeah, so they sell a generic style spray tank, which I'm tint keg. Before we named tint keg, nobody called it a tint keg. It was a corny keg. It was a spray tank. Tint keg is something Kerry Yoakum came up with, and I loved it, and we branded it. And now it's become more like Kleenex. I mean, most of us have Kleenex at the house, but almost none of us have Kleenex at the house, if that makes sense. We have facial tissue, and we just adopted the Kleenex brand because that was the biggest and the best, and it's the one that became the household name. And so I guess that says something for our brand. And I don't know. So is that lack of integrity? I don't know. Might be. There is a chance. But I'm flattered personally, just because, they thought well enough of it to call theirs it. And they're not the only ones. There's a company in another country. And I can't remember what country it is, but somebody pointed it out to me that they branded their kegs tint kegs. Although they didn't steal my art, they just call it a tint keg. And people are like, aren't you going to go after them? How come you haven't copyrighted your tint keg? And I'm like, because I'm not gonna fight anybody over it. You want to try to steal what I got, knock yourself out, do your thing. But I'm still gonna do me, and doing me helps me sleep at night, and we're doing pretty good with it.
I don't know. Hozilla calls them pressure tanks.
Yeah, well, Jeff's got integrity. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's a good man. In fact, me and Jeff, we chit chat about some of these supply struggles, and sometimes I'm having a hard time getting something, or he's having a hard time getting something, and we'll help each other out. And it's honestly, I believe without all of us, none of us would be doing as well as we are. If a lot of us believe that if only we was the only one that had it, we would do so great. But that's just not the case. The more people that sell spray tanks, the more spray tanks I sell. And I don't know why, but people used to tell me, why do you think there's, a gas station right across the street from another gas station, or a drugstore right across the street from another drugstore, or Meyer right next to a Sam's Club? And it never made sense to me. It's like, why would you do that? In fact, we've got an area near us, and we supply most of them with film, but it's like the horror area, because like everyone, there's just within a couple mile radius, there's like probably 15, 20 different tint shops.
Are we talking about
And
Redford?
yeah, Redford, Livonia, Westland, that little corner of the world. And there's just a bunch of them. And most of them believe that each other is their competition, which none of them realize how many cars are driving by untinted. It's like, you guys should not have competition. If you feel like you need somebody else's customer, you're doing it wrong. It's just the way it is. Burner account, absolutely 100%. Just like Band-Aid. You're not trying to label the actual product Band-Aid when it's
Fun
not.
fact. Do you know what Q-tips were originally called?
Oh,
Betty Baby Gays.
why?
Because the guy that invented them invented it for his daughter when she was still a baby. Her name was Betty, and this was in the 20s. So, gay meant other things. And he would use it to clean out her belly button and around her ears and her eyes and her nose after he dries her off after a bath, and it would tickle her, so she would laugh. So he called them Baby Betty Gays. And then later came up with the name Q-tip, as like cutie baby gays. And then a company bought out, and they just got rid of the whole baby gays thing.
Alex, you have a lot of useless information. I think it's cool.
I actually read it and on like CNN the other day.
What do you do when you see another tint shop scratch windows? I've never seen another tint shop scratch windows. I'm usually not looking. I don't know. What would I do though? I don't know. I need more context.
Like if I was at the like tint shop and I watched them scratch windows, or if I'm just like finding a lot of tint shops with scratches on windows. I was scratching windows a couple weeks ago. I had to get a new squeegee.
Isn't that something? The guy works for a distributor that's got a room full of tools, bins full of the same squeegees.
Well, no,
And
it
there
was
he
a
is.
it was a it was a newer hybrid. It was like my second time using it, but somehow I like caught a nick in it and didn't realize it until Charles pointed it out.
Charles is like, hey, why you keep scratching these windows? And Alex is like, huh?
Well, it's nothing like seeing Charles pull out, go to the front, you see the customer leave, and then the customer comes back in, sits down, and then Charles pulls back around and the garage door opens back up and it's the same car. Like, ah,
Oopsie.
shoot. But we've been killing it. I'm so proud of myself. Just killing
So,
it.
so you mean you guys didn't tell him to wait 2 weeks? See if it goes away?
I don't think it's gonna go away in 2 weeks.
That's another thing though, when um I know it's difficult to uh entertain every customer that calls and they're freaked out about their tint because it's not what they expected. But honestly, the let's just go ahead and open this up real quick because honestly, we've got a couple of things. I'm going to, as soon as I can. I'm not as fast at this as I probably ought to be. So when we check out a customer, and I know I've talked about this, we use this little sheet here. You can download it right from our website, and it's in PDF form. And if you got a PDF editor, you can edit it and change the wording, put your stuff up top, whatever you want. But it talks about um, how to clean it, not to make sure and use ammonia-free stuff. It talks about little imperfections, the black dotted edges. During the drying process, it talks about during the time the windows will appear a little hazy or will be small water pockets caused by excess moisture trapped in between the glass. Those are really, really cool. And we go over that with every single customer um, as they're getting checked out. And we give them this sheet to take with them along with their warranty card and their receipt. And the nice thing about that is that if that customer does happen, and I'm getting to a point here, but if the customer does happen to call and be like, hey, my windows are all bubbled up, 2 or 3 hours after they left, we can be like, you remember that sheet of paper that we went over that I gave you a copy of? And they'll be like, yeah. And then will be like, you notice in the first paragraph it talks about the drying time and how there will be small water pockets, um and that's like water trapped in between there. Yeah, and so that's probably what you're experiencing. And we always follow that up by, if you are still concerned about it, feel free at your earliest convenience to swing back by. We'd be happy to walk out in the parking lot with you and take a look at it. But typically, just reminding them of that sheet of paper that we went over is enough to settle them down without telling them, you got to let it dry for 2 weeks. Because as Alex was talking about with the little scratches, sometimes we do miss things and then the customer sees it. And if our natural go to is just wait 2 weeks, then sometimes we have a customer wait 2 weeks for an inevitable redo. And then we have to peel a dried window to redo it for them. Where if at that moment they had time to swing back by, or we could qualify the situation by asking a couple of questions over the phone and always obviously let the customer know at your earliest convenience, because we're not trying to inconvenience the customer. It's just that would be
So,
rude.
I think Cash is talking something a little different. I think he's talking about scratches from the outside of the window where a neighboring tint shop was cutting film outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't typically bring that up because two reasons. Reason number one is if the customer hasn't noticed it, then it's not really right for me to point it out because anytime you bring information to a customer, you got to ask yourself, is it going to harm the customer? And if the customer's not bothered by their tint job and everything, who am I to give them information that shows them that their car is damaged and now the customer is going to be upset, have to go through a big hassle over something they may never have noticed. And the other thing is, um, the customer very well might not even or might actually know that the windows are scratched, and that's not their what they're seeing you for is the scratched windows. So to bring that up again causes a rehash of grief with the customer, and we're not trying to help the customer have a less than desirable experience when
He's saying that the customer noticed it though. What about in that situation?
if the customer noticed it, then I'll tell them exactly how I run my business. Sometimes we do things and because we cut on your vehicle, and not every tint shop cuts on a vehicle, but a lot of them do. If we scratch a customer's glass, we replace the customer's glass. It's just that simple. I can't tell you how they're going to react, but obviously if they scratched it, they would be liable for it. Or Rick Tolman says that's when you pop them with a Nerf gun, which is probably totally relevant in this situation. Right, Rick?
Man, as long as it's not with the real gun. I had some stuff happen last night where one of my friends got into it with one of his coworkers, and his coworker decided it was a good idea to shoot 4 bullets into him and kill him.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
Ding dong.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up, Tenor Tuesday?
that's that Tenor Tuesday dude. He's the
Yeah,
guy that wears
exactly.
the sunglasses indoors and at night. He's cool. I like him.
Oh yeah, rewind to Raw for the knife lines. I forgot you can use
Very
it for that.
it'll take faint ones out, but if you legit scratch the glass, it doesn't take scratches out. In order to take a scratch out, you have to basically sand down as deep as the scratch. So that's a lot of glass to remove to get the scratch out. Is it possible? It probably is possible, but it would be a whole lot more beneficial for everybody just to replace the glass. I would think. I value my time. Not lately though. Lately I just waste time.
Dave.
Now, one thing that I did learn about Rewind to Raw, though, is if you notice, if you're, and I know we've all, or most of us have probably stumbled across this, you're going to clean a customer's window and you realize it's got a scratch on the inside. And if you just tin over that scratch on the inside, when it dries, there's going to be a white line right there that you can't do anything about. And I noticed that if you take the Rewind to Raw and you scrub the hell around that scratch, a lot of times it allows the film to lay in there nice and smooth, and most of the, if not all of the scratch doesn't appear after the tint job. So that's a nice little fun fact. Can't do that with a torch. Oh, hell. I don't know. Billy Ayton wants free shit. I saw him earlier comment said he's here. Where's his free shit? We should send him some free shit.
Fucking Ryan. That's some ghetto shit. Go back to Pontiac. Sounds like some Clarkson type stuff.
Yeah. Still waiting on your Fusion keychain. Oh, I have an idea. Let me see if I can figure this out. I am surprised Fusion hasn't sent you some. Oh, I need to get with. I need to keep that to myself. I ain't telling you guys. Holy bunch of dropship stuff we're waiting on, Batman.
Oh, I've been seeing T Town post some content lately.
Jason, are you still in Colorado Springs? I hate waiting for the delay.
Dusty, funny story. Back when I was prepping for Rick, I couldn't tell the difference between a hydrophobic window and a non hydrophobic window, so I was just putting Squeaky Monkey on every window. Hey, what's up, Brendan? I love it in Colorado. I lived there for a few months. It's so chill and laid back.
Hey, Ryan, are you watching us? You should come in here. Oh, he is watching us. Cool. How
Yeah, he's
exciting.
got jokes.
He's got Joe. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's watching us. Need to take one of these.
Yep.
Order in ship station. Whatever you can fit in there.
Last time y'all told me to put something in a box, you guys hated it.
That's not as big as the box.
last time we told Ryan to do that, he put the whole grocery store in there.
Yeah, he got these big old boxes and just flat filled them up with candy. He's like, "You mean like this?" And he had like six of them lined up. I'm like, "Dude, that's all the candy." He's like, "Well, you said fill them up." I'm like, "Smaller boxes." All right, Mr. Omoleski, we got something coming your way because we can. 27% all around or front too clear and dark as you want on the rear section. Hmm.
We don't have snap boxes.
We what? Snap boxes. What's a snap box? Oh, those. No, we don't. We don't know too many people that use them. I suppose I could carry them. I carried them once. I ordered like, I don't know, I think I ordered six of them and it took like 2 years to get rid of them. And I was like, wow, we probably don't need to reorder those.
Oh, Uline's got them.
They do?
Yeah, they're expensive
Oh,
though.
they are expensive. Anyway, probably why most people don't use them. Of course, a little secret, Dave, you can keep a trash can nearby and just kind of pivot and snap and pivot back and work. I mean, you typically only snap in between windows anyway. Jason's got 5% all and full shield and 30% with no issues. That's because he wears his sunglasses too. They can't see him. Billy, get man hands. He said, let's talk. Can we make tools that won't tear our hands up? The handle squeegees are getting to my wrists. Billy says that Jason drives the Ford. That's why he doesn't get bothered.
Dude, I was watching this cop chase on Facebook yesterday, and this dude was just blasting through the cornfields and like hitting all the big ruts. The cops were just just chasing him everywhere. It went on for like 40, 50 minutes. I'm like, damn, well that's the best damn Ford F-150 commercial I ever seen. Oh, Billy's seen that too. Yeah, that was a good cop chase.
I didn't see it.
Yup, into the pond. He was doing so good too. I don't know why he would just drive himself into a pond. Like he just went reverse without looking. He should have went full of Rick on it and just go through the woods. He was just too scared though. It looked fun. It looked like the cops were having a blast too. Did you see that last part when he got tased? He's just like he was straight up and he just that was the best part. Yeah. I had a buddy that was in a cop chase and he went through the cornfield but the corn was actually full grown, so he didn't really see where he was going. He was in a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and he head on collision right into a combine. Got all mangled up and everything. And cops surrounded him, guns pulled. It was wild. He made the newspaper too.
Cool.
Let's see if I can find it.
Did you find it?
No.
Of course not. Somebody
Well, they're
probably got
real
offended and removed it.
It's a real small town, so I don't know if a lot of their stuff would make it on the news, anyways.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, Teton, you have a good one. What's up, Jeff? How you doing?
You going to coach again?
Yeah, he's going to coach.
Sweet.
Full send. Everything about Rick is full send.
Nuh-uh. Kinda. I full sent the Jeep this weekend, decided I was going over this thing that I had previously tried to go over that I couldn't get over, and this time I was like, I'm doing it. Got over that sucker, and I didn't think about the drop down on the other side, and hung the front tires over and just sat there and teetered. And I was like, well, some bitch. Got on the radio. I'm like, Mary, I need a tug. I was stuck. If the wheels don't touch the ground. Well, actually, the wheels were touching the ground. They just couldn't dig because they were barely touching the ground. It was something. And then she got mad at me for getting stuck or needing a tug, one of the two. I'm not sure. But she tugged me and I got off and, oh, that didn't sound right. Anyway, yeah, I was no longer on the hill. It was fun.
Still, you're right.
Ryan's in there cracking himself up.
High centered is the right term. Hey, Billy wants to know when we're going to start selling True Spray systems. Is that even a thing we're allowed? Is that even a thing we're allowed to do?
What, sell True Spray systems?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose I could buy them from True Spray and sell them, but if I sold it and it wasn't a True Spray, I certainly wouldn't call it a True Spray.
No, I know that.
Remember?
I mean, yeah, and we're talking like the integrity way.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I talked to him. I reached out. I told him let's work something out. I told him what my needs were. I don't agree 100% with his setup. So I told him what I needed to change for me to sell it, and the ball's in his court. And, you know, if he reaches back out, we could certainly work something out. Otherwise, but I'm not interested in jumping on his coattails. I'm not a follower. I don't know if you guys have noticed something about me, but I don't do what the other people are doing. I do what I do, and it works out for me. and other people tend to follow, and that works out for me too. So took me a lot of years to learn that secret. And then it took me some more years to understand it, because just knowing something's what you're supposed to do doesn't make it make sense until you experience it.
Oh, I think he's talking about your electric sprayer.
Electric sprayer?
Yeah.
You talking about that robo sprayer thing? I need to come back to that. I stopped doing the flat glass film for the tint shop, and so like it's over there and they use it now. And I probably ought to, yeah, I probably ought to revisit that, because that's like really the way to go anyways. It's got a telescoping handle, onboard charging system. It'll still run for weeks on a charge. It'll run 40 gallons of water on a single charge, in a single, however fast you can spray 40 gallons of water. It's freaking amazing, and it's lightweight, and it's got a great big lid so you can reach your hand in and clean it out if ever you like whatever. Comes with a filter and a 30-foot hose. It's just the cat's meow. But I got a lot on my plate sometimes, usually more in my mind than what's on my plate, which keeps me from filling my plate up and getting that shit cleaned off, because my brain overflows. Lots. I need to work on that for
The
sure.
numbers next to the people's names commenting.
What
Talking
numbers?
about the
Whose
time.
names?
Are you talking about the timestamp?
Yeah, we don't see that here. But
Oh,
actually,
they look like ribbons.
Yeah, and this one's like a dime.
Oh, I think that's the you know how like Facebook gives like the people rewards or awards or whatever.
badges?
Yeah,
Badges.
badges.
We don't need no stinking badges.
No, everyone's name's got a badge that's on right now.
We don't.
Huh. Huh.
I don't see it on the computer. Huh. I feel left out.
Yeah, here I'll show you.
Hold still so it can focus. Get your face out of the picture, because it wants to focus in your face. It's still not working.
Look, yeah.
Oh, look, I got someone showing me.
Yeah, you got
Badges.
flag.
We got freaking flat badges. Huh. That's exciting.
Oh, so Billy Ayton, he's a 3-year anniversary follower. Robert
been following
Gonzalez
me
is
for a
a
while.
top fan. Luis is a milestone follower.
Oh.
Ryan just waves to everybody. My bad, Pride Month.
No, Cash, I guess it's a Facebook thing. So it would be on, if you're on Facebook mobile, on your mobile phone. For sure. We should play a game. I feel like giving something away. You still got that spinning wheel, Alex? You still got that
Maybe.
spinning wheel?
Watch it be like out of date or something.
Probably is.
Oh,
Oh, look, it's pretty.
I don't know. Oakland Community College. What? They give us ads now. It's not free anymore. What is this? That's so dumb.
I don't
Yeah,
know, but
there.
you can change the size and move it on the screen and so that it's like not showing the ad on the screen. The wheel is back. Lorem ipsum dolor. I can't read that. I don't know how you do it. Robert, I
Oh,
would
that's
give away a pack of Marlboros except for like, no.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's too bright.
Oh, you should put a picture of the keychains on there spinning.
I'll do that. Other. Yes. Background color. Just to do something easy going.
Easy going with keychains. Use one that's got the orange and blues in it. You're being way too picky. I've seen like 3 different color palettes that worked.
Oh, you're looking at the presets too? Oh, you
Yeah,
can see my stuff?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey, look, Pride Month. Monopoly. Here we go. We'll do this. And we'll just make this orange. There we go. Should I?
There we go. There we go.
Do I put Billy on here?
Yeah, we should put Billy on there. We haven't sent Billy anything. In a while.
Legends.
Billy had to learn Tint Wiz. That's exciting.
Corey Case. Tags.
Where are you getting all these names from?
Scrolling up. Or should I not do that?
Who we missing on the wheel here? Because I feel like we got 12 entries and 22 people in here. The phone is not too small, Billy. You need to wear your glasses. Accept your age. Jeez. See, I never wore
Gusties.
glasses in my life, and then I all of a sudden realized I needed them, so I embraced that shit. I don't wear glasses because I think I like the way I look in glasses. I wear glasses because I like the way I see in glasses.
YouTube Sean.
YouTube Sean.
Just Sean. Dang. $2.5 million? That's some good surgery, Billy.
A decent time for a full tint by a single tinner. Now, that's usually a matter of opinion, but when I was relatively new in the industry, this place that I work for, my garage manager told me that the industry average was 2.5 hours. So I needed to, if I wanted to be considered professional, be able to do a car in 2.5 hours. Now, I can't even say my current time because I don't remember the last car I tinted, but my time was just shy of an hour when I decided I didn't want to tint no more. So, and Billy, you cannot do a car in 45 minutes. If you don't have a video, you're a liar. There, I said it. Fight me.
Ooh. I'm gonna do this. Oh, come on.
Come on. You put
The
in,
myth. The man.
the legend.
Oh, it doesn't. What if I take out the spaces? Nope, still not too big. Here we go. Myth, man, legend.
Now you can put the spaces back in. Yeah, no, maybe. Didn't it used to make it real small when it was long?
I think it did.
I think it did too. Joe wants to be on the wheel. Joe hasn't won anything in a minute. Cut, shrink, cut, prep, shrink, and install in 45 minutes is awful ambitious. I'm not going to say it can't be done. Things are good, Joe. Thanks for asking. But I am going to say that that's solid. 45 minutes is solid. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can do a Silverado in 45 minutes, and that's hand cutting and my own prep, my own cleanup. But we're in the Detroit area. We're in the big three. So, like, Chevy trucks are like, we get several of those a day. And same thing with Dodge Rams, Jeeps, all the things. And now that nobody's really making sedans anymore.
feel like we do like 2 Rams a day.
John Wagner did one in 15, so, but anyways, I don't need to prove my past. John Wagner did one in 15, and that was a Camaro. And, the door windows are 12 inches tall. The quarter glasses are the size of your hand. And the back window almost needs no shrink. But, I mean, there's factors involved in everything. To average it out, though, if you can get yourself between an hour and a half, you're doing really well. And any of these guys that want to puff up their chest and tell you that they're, that you need to be under an hour, just ignore them. Do you? Stay on your side of the road in your lane. Do what puts bread on your table, and make your time's value worth it. It might have been a vet, Jeff. I don't remember now. I thought it was a Camaro, but it was definitely one of those GM cars.
Hey Rick,
I know. Huh?
I'm going to San Antonio.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. When you going to be back?
In time for work Monday.
Rebecca Davis wants, but it's only Tuesday. Rebecca Davis wants to be on the wheel. When I was a lot younger, my boss was talking to somebody in the back shop one day, and that guy was like, damn, he's fast. And he asked, how long does it take you to do a set of doors? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm about to pull one in. And guess what it was on? It was on a Ford fucking Ranger. But so he timed me. It was 7.5 minutes for 2 doors. And I thought that was pretty good. But that was, way back in the day. Jeff, how are you off for the next 5 days? And I met you a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure you've been off since I met you. But 8-hour workday. How many full cars average without looking crazy and good edges? Well, I don't put out crazy looking work.
Why are all these events always on the weekdays?
Because they don't think we have jobs. Or they want to force us to take vacations so that we can subliminally see how valuable they are. Just did a new Ranger under 45 minutes for me. That's a first. Sweet. Well, Billy, after 35 years and I primarily did auto, you got to understand it's a lot like walking to me. There's not a lot of thought process involved anymore. It's all muscle memory. So yeah, but I don't I don't feel it beneficial to anybody to push somebody to be faster than they are. If you can do 4 completes in a 10-hour day, you can make a good living and you can build from there. What can you hope to achieve? At some point in your career, you should be able to do less than an hour a car. I can do just about any car in under an hour. And I think my best day was like 10 completes with 2 of them having windshields and a couple of sets of doors on top of that by myself. It was a $3,000 day. But
Snap.
oh snap.
Why is the Dirty Jobs guy the keynote speaker?
I have no idea.
That's kind of badass.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have a job. He just talks about other people's jobs. And that's pretty badass. His job is to talk about other people's jobs. Where do I get a gig like that? Boom.
That's kind of cool. So, yeah, Mike Rowe. Dude, that's hype. You know, cool thing.
Wait a minute. Billy says 45 minutes. You're not even pulling cars in, just 10. Wait a minute, Billy. Who's pulling the fucking cars in for me? That's my job. Now, don't get me wrong. When I had Alex, I could smoke 2 cigarettes per car and still get every car done in 35, 40 minutes. And Alex didn't even know how to tint then. All he did was prep the windows and wipe the windows down when I was done tinting them. And if I ain't mistaken, you didn't pull the cars in and out either, did you?
No, Mary won't let
You
me 'cause I don't
lazy.
have a license.
You're a bum. But you still doubled my speed.
I can't drive.
That's what they said.
Send you a friend request for sure. I'll be your friend. I think we're already
Alex is-
friends.
Damn it.
I feel like we should be friends.
An hour for front only is not slow. It's a starting point. Don't ever call yourself slow, and don't ever be down about your abilities. Keep in mind that not everybody in this world can be a window tinter. So if you can put out work that you can charge for, you've got a start that a lot of people can't seem to achieve. And I am pretty sure that we're going to have to change the battery in that damn driveway thing.
You know, it's crazy how quick me and Charles are getting though. Because like
I think it picks up people in the car wash.
Oh,
I think it's starting to like get sensitive to the point where it's picking on my
maybe it just needs to be tilted down just a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't need much, obviously, because it doesn't do it all the time.
Like I
But
said,
yeah, like sometimes it's hard to like get used to how quick Charles and I are going through cars because it feels like a lot longer than it actually is. Like for example, I don't know, like a Chevy Cruze or something, right? And it's just like the rear half or maybe a complete and then it's like 40 minutes in and it's done, but it feels like it's been an hour and a half and like the next car's like right behind us, but the
And I'll
next
tell
car's not behind us.
it's like, oh shit, now what do we do for the next 45 minutes?
Yeah, you know, and I'm over here just like sweating balls, like just trying to like stay on top of things, and then I get up anxious like when I have to redo a window or something. I'm like, oh man, I'm setting us far back, you know. But then you look at the clock and it's like we still have like another hour left. And it's like, man, I
Right.
just need to chill. Take my time.
Billy brings up a super good point. He says, on some commercial jobs, when I'm working for the man, I hire my own prep to make more. A lot of times I think people, newer tinners, even some older tinners, don't realize the value of your time. By that I mean, how much do you get paid to tin a car, and how many cars can you do? Like I said earlier, before Alex could tin, he was my prep guy. And when I made Alex my prep guy, Alex doubled my speed. And at the end of the day, I had to pay Alex a bag of Skittles. Well, maybe a little bit more than a bag of Skittles, but essentially compared to what I was doing, he increased my income. Sure, I had to pay him, but that's another thing that I hear is, oh, I don't want to hire anybody because, I barely make enough as it is. When you hire somebody, you should make more, always 100%. And yeah, it is an extremely good day for one man. 100%. I'll be honest with you. I see too many people burn themselves out though, trying to do 8 by themselves. Do 6, and 8 if you got somebody answering the phones. If you can do your average car in an hour, and when you're averaging an hour, that means some cars are going to take you an hour and 15 minutes, but other cars are going to be done in 45 minutes. It's just going to work itself out. And have somebody on payroll to answer the phones. And that person on payroll to answer the phones can also switch and shuffle vehicles for you. They can also prep windows for you, because if the phone rings and your prepper bails, you still get to keep tinting, even if you have to prep the next window yourself. And if a customer needs to be cashed out, these are all things that hinder your ability to get jobs done. A lot of people don't realize how fast they actually are because they've got more things included into their regimen than just tinting windows. If you could just tint windows, you'd be surprised at how efficient you are. And when you just tint windows, that's the only thing your brain has to think about. You gain efficiency so much faster because your brain stays on the same track, on the same wavelength through that. Oh, Alex is playing load the UPS guy up. All right, Mr. Omoleski, your stuff is on the way. And that's true
That
too.
was
What?
oh, that was Jimenez.
Well, I used to pay a prepper like $10 an hour. Now it's like 15 an hour. Hey, your screen went black. There you are. With your rosy red lips.
Keep forgetting that I'm not me and I'm actually Brittany.
No, that camera is just goofy in there. We could be, like superstars like Matt and get nice Canon cameras for our face camera. But
That's funny
yeah,
because I got to get one soon.
but we tend to start people at like 15 an hour now, and they're really, if you can keep the cars coming in the door, they're really worth their money as long as they do well. And the neat thing is, you can, as they get more efficient, when they start out running you and you see them standing around, you start teaching them to lay quarters. And when they get the car prepped and they got the quarters laid and they're still waiting for you to finish the car so they can finish cleaning it up and get the next one in, you teach them how to lay doors. And you tell them to leave the goddamn quarters alone, lay that door, because that door is going to take him a minute to become good at. And eventually he's going to be standing there, and then you add the quarter back in. And before you know it, you're working on the back glass, he's working on the doors and quarters. And you're thinking about paying him a tenor salary and hiring another prep person to take care of the two of you. And this is how you grow. But experienced prep only. Yeah, not around these parts. Maybe in Arizona. Around here, it's sometimes a crapshoot on whether the person's going to be able to understand what a clean window looks like. Crazy. But we still have customers ask, do you clean the windows before you tint them? No, no, actually we don't. Why, you didn't clean them before you came? Where's Brittany? Brittany's running the tint shop.
Yeah,
She's
she's like
handling her
doing
business over there.
she's doing vinyl wraps and PPF. I've been seeing her doing some crazy things. I'm like, damn, Brittany.
Yep. I threw a little fit and I quit, and Brittany stepped up to the plate. Mary does the flat glass now, and Brittany's handling the PPF and the vinyl and the taillights and running the front counter because she'd be multitasking like that.
Yep.
Rumor has it she's a badass.
Yeah, she's all
And
right.
Mary just went out and sold herself a $6,000 house, flat glass. That was pretty goddamn impressive. And I asked her, you going to bring in a subcontractor for that? And she's like, nope. I'm like, well, damn, look at you go.
Ooh, I gotta put Sylvia on the wheel.
We are up to 26 people at an hour and 17 minutes. Look at us go.
Look at us go.
512.
I got my last day of school soon. I'm excited.
Ooh.
Yep, yep. Oh,
So what should we give away? I feel like we should give something away. We got all those names on the wheel.
dude, I don't even know.
Me either. We do have all those dash towels. Like all of a sudden everybody who doesn't have a dash towel? Does everybody have a dash towel? You know you need more than one dash towel, right? Oh shoot, that reminds me. Alex took his ears off. Put your ears back on. You can't hear me if you take your ears off. Billy needs a drop cloth. You know, I buy those damn drop cloths at Home Depot. I was gonna say Harbor Freight, but I didn't buy dash or drop cloths at Harbor Freight. I bought them at Home Depot. Yep, they got good ones. But I see people using dash towels for drop cloths and flat glass when you're not doing a ton of flat glass. It's a great idea. Carlos de la Cruz, is he on the wheel?
He is not on the wheel. Let's get him.
Let's get him. Hybrid squeegee
Carlos.
set.
I think we should keep it a surprise.
Oh, Alex wants to keep it a surprise.
I'm adding Cash on Facebook.
Add Charles Culp. He just showed up. What's up, Charles? Brendan. Brendan, show her all the free stuff you already won. That's why you block it off. See, it's important. Rob Higgin needs a hand job. You want to feel that, Alex?
I can. We got a bunch of them, but he has to win first.
Yeah, Alex doesn't like to just
We s-
give out hand
we still
jobs.
have tack cloths too.
We do?
Yep.
How many?
Probably like 4 or something. They were like ones I think we were gonna give away, and then we didn't because we stopped doing the we started doing surprise giveaways.
Yeah, the surprises. Lighters? I may have a few lighters that I'm keeping for myself because I'm selfish. Rob Higgins, flat bill. Do we have any flat bill hats? We don't, do we?
We got the new ones.
Are they flat bill?
I think so. Let me check.
I was going to wear one of the new ones tonight and I didn't. I should say today. I say tonight because it rounds out my day. Pink dash towels. If you want a pink dash towel, the best thing you can do is take one of our white ones and wash it with all your red clothes. And it might turn pink for you. We can't hear you, Alex. You muted your microphone.
They're not extremely flat, but they're pretty flat.
Yeah. They're rather flat.
They're a lot nicer too. I don't think anyone's gotten one of these yet.
Nope.
These are
Nope. Been
these are
holding
the
on to
new
those. Yep, I need one of those. But I always touch my hat bill with dirty hands, and I don't know how long I could keep that looking decent. My black one's waiting to go through the wash and see if it comes clean because I worked on the Jeep with it. This week I'm having the Jeep work done. It's just way better for me.
window tinting life.
Window tinting light. That's Dave.
Dave. Dave who?
Dave. What the hell's his last name? I don't remember. Dave no, Dave. I don't know. He'll tell us.
24 pack of Modelo's.
Is that Jimenez?
Yeah,
He came back
he's
to
still
work.
there. Yeah, he came back from Tawas.
Whatever that means.
It's a nice little neighborhood almost up north.
Oh,
It's like right on Lake Huron. Oh, yeah, that's actually a good question. We actually ran into a similar situation like this.
what's that?
Legends Auto Styling says, "Hey, any recommendations for film to protect turf from burning?" And we actually had a guy who was calling because his windows was burning his neighbor's siding.
Yep. You can talk to John Nicholas from Solar Guard. He will point you in the right direction. And we had a customer with a similar situation, and I went out. It's an exterior film, and I went out and put it on his windows, and we never got a call back saying it wasn't working, so it must have worked. But John Nicholas will have the solution for you. Yes. He's a good guy. Oh, wait, no, he works for the competition. That's right. I should not tell you. Nope, there's no such thing. No.
We
Kent,
don't
Queen,
make it, they
and
don't
Dave.
exist. Oh yeah, Dave. Where they at? What are they up to?
Rosenberg. That's his last name. I got too many Daves in my head. I can't keep track of. I don't do well with names anyways, and then you want me to remember last names?
Frozen turd. I was actually just watching all that yesterday, Lobo.
What's that? Good Burger?
Yeah. Dude,
Huh.
I just watched a movie with my kid yesterday. It was called Sing 2. Great movie. It's like number one on Netflix right now. It's got a lot of cameos.
Oh, I should watch it. I watched Sing. That was it was fucking funny, actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first one, but I just watched the second one, and they did Eminem, they did System of a Down, they did a lot of ones that you wouldn't expect like a kids movie to do. You're like, wow.
No, watch the first one. The first one's hilarious, dude. And I don't. I still. I'm old, so I can't wrap my head around adults watching cartoons. But whatever. It is fucking hilarious. I watched Happy Feet too, so you know. I mean,
Yeah, my daughter Vivian, she loves the Minions. She will stay glued to that TV, and she will cry if you turn it off. She loves the Minions. Watching the
I s-
bad guys.
I started to watch the new Westworld season started, and I started to watch it yesterday. And about I don't know 10 minutes in, um, we had to go, and then when I paused it, I realized I was watching season one, episode one. I'm like, oh, maybe I need a refresher on the whole goddamn series because, like, I thought it seemed familiar, but I don't know.
Yo, I'm gonna start maybe spinning this wheel.
Oh yeah, we got to get the wheel spinning going. Let's get
Or
some names.
I can teach Ryan to spin the wheel.
No, let's spin some wheels because when you go, I'm gonna go because I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna do it. We're gonna make winners. Copper help. Quick question. Copper helps keep tanks clean. My idea is to use the copper measuring cup. Okay, Dave. So to get down to the more scientific value of copper keeping copper doesn't keep the tanks clean. Copper infused with water will keep the bacteria level down, but it's got to be a liquid copper. Brittany studied up on that really hard. I wish she was here to answer this question because she probably remembers it all. But just putting copper in your water does not make the difference that you're looking for. So that is that.
Okay.
Click to spin. Let's make winners happen. Oh, you're changing. Oh, you're clicking to spin. That is so cool.
Charles Culp.
Charles Culp.
I feel like they updated this.
He did something.
It feels different. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong remove. There we go.
Charles, our first winner. Let's go ahead and do 10 of them.
Winner, winner, chicken
Winner, winner,
dinner.
chicken dinner. Corey Case.
Corey, where you at?
He's probably not watching. We'll send him a surprise gift.
Watch him say, okay. He's gonna say,
We'll send
I'm here, LOL. That's what he always says. Alright. Oh, thank you.
Legends.
Legends Auto Styling.
Do we know who that is?
Yeah, I know who that is. Where you at, Legends?
Everybody knows that I'm bad with names. I don't even pretend to be good with names. Woo! Somebody tag Corey Case. Because he won some things. Legends is here. Clearview. Just another Alex over
Clearview.
here.
Just another who? Just another Alex over here.
Invasion's like, oh, so close. But he's like, don't worry, guys. I always win. I remember when we was doing the number system thing and he picked the same number 2 weeks in a row and he won 2 weeks in a row. Ryan Wilcox. Winner,
Ryan
winner, chicken dinner.
Wilcox.
For David Weimer, that was so close.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Dusty. That is no good.
Yeah, it's just too bad because you won. I'm just kidding, you didn't win. That sucks though.
I don't
That's
even
really
see his
bad.
name on the list. Oh, I see his name on the list. Never mind.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Corey. Hi, Corey.
You're
We knew
too
you'd
late.
make it. Oh, Sylvia. Sylvia's
Is she
winning the
still up here?
things. I don't know.
He's never won. Congratulations.
Do we have Sylvia's? You're in charge of making sure we got everybody's shipping information out.
We got everyone
Yes.
so far. I'm not sure about Sylvia. Let me see. I don't think so. Where is it? Sylvia, please text us at this number for more details on how to claim your prize.
Yeah. 100%.
Corey, we're kidding. We know you've been on here. I was just joking. On your name
No.
you win.
That's not how that works, Eric. Unfortunately, you have to win when it lands on your name after the spin, not after we remove the winner. I know it gets confusing.
Billy Ayton.
Oh, Billy, have I got some stuff for you? I'm going to send you all the broken things. And we're
My
going to sit
wife's
down in the morning and collectively figure out what to send you guys to. How many we up to?
We have 7.
7. And this one makes 8. And it's going to be cash, maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
so close. The temp meters did not come in.
Robert Gonzalez.
That's number 9.
And for the final spin, YouTube Sean.
YouTube Sean. Who's YouTube Sean?
But I haven't seen him. YouTube Sean, are you still here, Sean? Because we don't have his info and I don't know who he is. So if he doesn't respond to this, he does not win. Sean, are you in here? Yes, you are. Hey, Sean, can you give us a text at that number on the screen with
We're going to need
your
some shipping informations.
yes.
And we got Sylvia's information.
Clear Foo. Clear, you are a winner.
You are a winner. Eric says, give my prize to Eric. You didn't win. Eric gets confused sometimes. It's easy to do though, because when we have a winner during a spin, he clicks remove, and that takes that person's name off of the wheel. And when it does, another name has to appear under the arrow. But that doesn't mean that you win. That just means that that's where your name starts for the next spin.
The number is 248 209 6724. And yes, Paul, you are right. We are all winners here because we got to spend Tint Tuesday together.
100%.
Well,
that just about wraps it up.
Yep, I must get going. My wife is angry.
Why is she angry?
Because she's
What'd
a
you do?
redhead.
What did you do?
Angry. Nothing. I didn't do nothing.
You did
She's
something
here.
wrong.
My dog probably pissed her off.
Or maybe your food's in the car getting cold and she's mad because she's going to get called a bad wife for not making you eat warm food.
Oh, I forgot she brings me food.
You did not forget. She brings you food twice a week.
All right, I'm out of here. Bye, guys.
Alex is out of here. I'm going to take Alex's place for a minute. We're going to make Alex disappear. Ta-da! And so that brings us to the conclusion. Okay, I got YouTube Sean's text. I got Sylvia's text. And yes, Clearview, you did win. I got your text also. So we've gotten everybody's texts. That is so exciting. So that's where we are with that. And from there, I don't know. I think that unless there's any questions about anything, even stuff we covered already. Oh yeah, and Shamal got himself a gift earlier this week because he asked me if I could something that I was thinking about selling and chose not to. He got one of, and he's like, dude, yo, I need another one of these. And I'm like, I don't know if I got enough parts to put another one together, but I got enough parts to put something similar but bigger together. And he's like, I really want this one. So I think the meter, the gauge is going to be slightly larger, but the size of it, there's no extra adapters involved, so it should be good. Eric Dunn got a honeydew list to do. Oh, those are fun. What do you think about the True Spray, bro? I don't know. I think that it's an electric sprayer. Um, Personally, I got no opinion one way or the other. I think if you have one, it's going to be a great addition. If you don't have one, you should have something that holds pressure. Um, I mean, pumping is so 1990s. It's like overrated. But if you don't have a keg and you don't have a True Spray, and all you can afford is a pump for right now, those are fantastic too. But definitely you want something that you can squeeze the trigger and it just sprays. I don't think anything is better or worse. I think some things are more convenient. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to put water on windows. That is for sure. He doesn't watch this feed. Who doesn't watch this feed? Did I miss something? A temp meter and a BTU meter would be cool prizes. Yes, they would. They would be fantastic prizes. The sprayer on a backpack, I think that would probably, I don't know. In theory, in my head, I think a sprayer in a backpack would be genius. But I'm curious what the weight over the course of the day hanging on your back would do. And I don't know. I got no experience with it. But personally, I think for flat glass, it'd be pretty sweet. For automotive, I think that when you get to the back glass, it might be a little cumbersome. So that's a tough one. Jeff carries a 12-volt jump pack the size of a cell phone to power a 12-volt air pump. It works perfectly. Yeah, there's lots of ways to do it. I mean, that's what I did for years. I know that one of the sales pitches to the electric spray pump is that you don't have to fill your tank with air, but I never found that to be an issue. So I don't know. And I just don't. Oh, we'll see, Cash. Personally, I always carried around a cigarette lighter plug air pump, and I was gonna start selling them, but it's so hard to find an economical. The market's got so flooded by China this and China that, and the thing about China is all these different China manufacturers are trying to get into the American market, so they're flooding it with real super price competitive stuff. And then when you circle that back around till you get what you pay for, most of this Chinese stuff is starting to become crap. Like they make it look like what you want it to be, but it doesn't work like what you want it to be. And so far, I just can't find a decent pump. Um, my recommendation is to go to Home Depot. A lot of people have had luck with those Ryobi pumps. Um, I have one that I got years and years and years ago from Costco. It's a really good pump. And now that I got the Jeep, I air down when I go out and I air back up. And I got a real pissed off 12-volt pump that it produces like 5.6 CFM or something like that. It's a monster. But I got 40-inch tires that I'm filling up, and I can get each tire up in just a couple of minutes, which is way better than what those little ones do. But those little ones are more than enough for a tint keg because you're filling it up once. Shamal just had a guy come up and offer him some Chinese shit. Yeah, it's tough. John, that's actually a good question. So heat guns, here's the thing about heat guns. A lot of people don't realize your heat gun's going to draw about 13 amps. And most of those retractable reels have a 15 amp breaker. A lot of them are like 50 feet and they're typically 16 gauge wire. 16 gauge wire isn't going to handle 13 amps for very long. It's not the heat gun that's tripping out. You got to remember, you're plugging it in, and that plug is just two prongs sliding into two prongs. And so it's not a solid connection. It's just a pressure connection, I guess, if you will. So what's happening is it's getting hot and it's popping the breaker because the breaker's seeing too much of a load. It's 14 gauge. Okay, so then I would probably lean towards your plug end. If it's a little bit older, how loose is your plug? Is it plugging in real solid still, or is it kind of loose and it comes apart? The other thing is, do you tie a knot in the end of it? Now, you can't kink a wire, but when you tie a knot, keep in mind how they make a heat coil. They make a coil. So when you tie a knot in your cord, you're making a coil, which produces heat. The amperage draw is registered by heat. So that's probably what's happening. And chances are, if you was to cut the end off your heat gun and cut the end off your cord and hardwire them together with a solid connection, even butt connectors, but some sort of a real solid connection, it would probably stop blowing the breaker. And the other thing is, because it's a 15 amp breaker and you're running 13 amps through it, you're really pushing it to its limit. So the breaker could be given out. And I've seen a lot of guys just pull the breaker out of their boxes and jump it. And if you think about it, chances are it's hooked to a 15 amp or a 20 amp breaker in your fuse box or breaker box. So if your breaker's wearing out, because that's a real light duty breaker in the reel itself versus the breaker in your breaker box is a much heavier duty. It'll handle that kind of a load more constant. And Sylvia, I hope you like candy. That's all I got to say. The whole gun gets hot. It was fine for 2 months. What kind of gun is it? That's the other thing too. They all draw about the same, but some blow a little harder, which will help it stay cooler. Like the Wagners, they don't blow as hard, so they tend to get warmer by nature. Or maybe you just got a dud. It's a cheap Wagner. Well, they tend to run hot by nature. So, one thing you can do is buy another one and see if you get the same results. And that'll narrow it down to whether or not it's the heat gun or not. Um, Electronics, when you underpower them, will tend to run a little hotter, anyways. So, if the cord reel is struggling, that could cause your heat gun to run hotter than normal. So, If this is your third one, so you're like closing in on like 80, 90 bucks on heat guns, I think what you might consider is go buy a Milwaukee. That's a good heat gun, and they come with a 5-year warranty. Um, memory serves me right, they're about 70 or $80. And I used a Milwaukee for a long, long time. You can find a Porter cable. Porter cable's not going to run as hot as the Wagner, so that's a little bit tough. Because then you're going to have to adjust your shrink style. Is the gray dash towel nice? I bought one just now. Well, I guess RGC, you're going to find out if it's nice, but yeah, it's super nice. It's made by the same company and everything as the white ones. They're fabulous. The gray ones, the print doesn't it isn't quite as vibrant because obviously we're printing on gray rather than white. So it's got a more, I don't want to say faded appearance, but it's kind of a faded appearance because the backing isn't white. Yeah, Joe's got a great point too. The Wagner does have a warranty, and yeah, it is either a year or 2 years. I don't remember what it is. Personally, I don't have time for warranties, or at least that's what I convinced myself. But if you get a hold of Wagner, a lot of these bigger companies, they'll just take care of you, and they may send you a new one with a call tag for the old one. They may authorize you to go somewhere and exchange it. But one thing you don't have to worry about is it exploding. But if it's running hotter than it's supposed to, eventually it's just going to burn itself out. So there's that. Oh, it does the job, RGC, and it's extra big. What is it? I think 36 by 72 or something like that. It's big enough to go over the steering wheel and everything, and then go all the way across the dash, even on trucks. It's a good one. I handpicked them myself. And Tim from T Town did the printing. Yep, Matt has the white one. And Matt gives away those white ones in his class, along with a tint keg and I think a heat gun and all the other tools that he uses and Avery pouches, the whole 9 yards. He really hooks it up. I always tell him I don't understand how you can make any money doing that. But then again, people always tell me they don't understand how I can make any money doing free shipping at when you buy $50 worth of stuff. But I do. I mean, obviously, I'd make more if I wasn't covering the $2,000 a week that I have to give to UPS for taking your packages to you. But whatever. Invasion. So the only really new things that I can think of off the top of my head lately is we got these keychains. We got 4 different colors of them. Oh, excuse me. Don't know where that came from. And the red dots, everybody always loses their clip. And so we've got clips that we sell, just the clips. But yeah, not a lot of new stuff hitting the market right now. So yeah. Thank you. Um Oh yeah, and Paul St. Pierre said if it does crap out on you, don't let the white flaky shit that's going to come out of the end land on your tent because it comes out hot and it will melt little holes in your tent. So that's no good. Oh, and I just realized that thanks, Lobo. Now I'm wondering. Oh yeah. So what's the flakes? Oh, that's a great idea. And oh, by the way, guys, so I see people in the post when somebody posts their little keychain. Let me get an orange one; it shows up better against my shirt. They ask if it really works, and honestly, this has got a pretty smooth edge on it. I think you could probably do touch ups with it if you wanted to, or if you needed to, or say you pull a car out and you didn't bring anything with you, and you realize you got a couple specs you got to touch up. You could probably, do that. um, Small stickers. Somebody had mentioned using it for those little quarter windows. And the size of this little thing, I would imagine you could get some sort of a little tube, like a copper tube maybe, and put it on there just so that it all fits together real nice. And maybe put a drop of glue in there, and then you could bend it just right. And you could probably squeegee out those quarters. So it very well may be useful. But I ain't trying to tint no windows to find out because, you said white flakes. You're a white flake, Billy. Stop it. Do we have banners? Yes, we have Avery and Helios banners. And I suppose if you ask real nice, we could make you a custom banner because we do that for people because we're just cool like that. And we do banners relatively cheap too. I mean, we're going to charge you, like, if you want a custom banner, we're going to charge you $45 for the setup, but then each banner is just $45 too. So you really can't buy a 3x6 banner for 45 bucks printed. You just, you just can't. You might get some mass produced banners for that, but would like to have one hanging from my Avery pouch. That would be cool. One thing too is, this may change without notice, but currently, and for, I don't know, at least 500 keychains now, maybe more, every $50 or more order gets a free keychain. I'm just saying. Sun distributing banners we don't have. I haven't really had a big call for them just because, we're Sun distributing and we're where you buy your tools. So you trying to advertise us to your customers just doesn't seem like a good fit. But we do have a Sun distributing banner designed up. I just don't have any printed because I had one for here and one over at the Detroit Tint Studio, and then somebody talked me out of the one that I had here. So I don't even have one here now. But I suppose if you wanted, you could get a hold of us tomorrow and we could probably get you one. And they usually take about 2 days to get. Nice thing about my print company is everything they send out, they send next day. So it doesn't matter where you are, you'll get it the next day. But they do ask to be allowed 1 day to print. So that's 2 days, 1 day to print, 1 day to ship. Still pretty damn efficient. For sure. Let's see. Anything else before we go? Because I think it's just about time to sayonara you. Sorry, I'm looking at my other screen because my message, my chat is acting up. Till next Tuesday, yes. And don't forget to check out Tinner Tuesday tonight with Jason Omoleski. If you haven't yet, search out Tinter Tuesday or Tint Dude 3 on YouTube and you'll find him. Subscribe to his channel, click the bell notification thing so that Tuesday nights when he goes live, it will show. And yeah. So I don't know. Like Paul St. Pierre says, till next Tuesday. We'll catch you.